Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave, and today we're continuing our playthrough of Battle Hymn Volume 1. This is the Pea Ridge campaign. It's still March 7th and it's 1 p.m. Okay, we do have a couple of Union troops coming on today when their chick comes out. So give the bowl a good stir and let's see what we start with. And we're going to start with the Confederate Independent Brigades. Okay. They're up here. Give this a little bit of a zoom. See if we can get in here on this a little bit. Okay. So they dismounted from their horses and they are going to move up here. And it will be I'm going to move them. They have to stay within 9 of their horses. 4, 7, right? If I'm here, 4, 8. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to go 4, 8. And that puts them here on the flank, right there. And I like that little flanking maneuver. All right. This will go on there like this. All right. And then we have this artillery who's on this road. That's 3, 6. Oh, he can't get all the way there. He's going to have to stop right there. Okay, 3, 6, yeah, 9. He can't get there, so that's as far as he can get. Okay. Next up is Price Division for Van Dorn's Brigade. All right. So Price. It's these guys here that I'm moving around a little bit up here. I have the artillery sitting there and artillery sitting there. This cavalry unit who really can't go anywhere, he's going to stay right here right now. So really, other than these guys right here, let's see, they're down to oh, they just retreated. So they're still, strength-wise, they're at 7. They're still at 5. So they're nice. They still have some strength. Let's see. I can move him up. I'll grab this one. He'll go 2, 4, and we'll move him into here. Grab both of those, like so, and we'll give him a movement counter right here, and his goes like this. Okay, we got a little action going. The Confederates are trying to make a move on us here on our right flank out there. Next, it is the Confederate combat turn. Okay, here we go. So the only combat we're going to have are these units right here. So that happened a little before I was ready for it. All right, interesting. That's part of the unknown of this game. Makes it interesting. You never know when that little counter is going to pop out on you. Okay, first thing is the approaching fire. So let's start with this one. He's an 8. He has 8 dice. 2, 4. That's all my dice over here. They are in the forest. They're in the forest. So it's a 1 to 2 to hit. And -3 because they're on the approach makes it a -1. And +1, which makes it a 0. So I have to have a 1 to do anything. And he gets 8 dice. And he got a 0, that's a 10, a 6, an 8, an 8, a 4, a 3, a 4, and a 1. We got 1 hit. Okay, on combat, that's 1 demoralization. I can take this off of there now. That's on this cavalry unit. He's going to get 1 DM. Goes on top of there. Yep. Okay. There they are. And they can do their combat. We'll go ahead and do these two. Okay, he has 5 dice firing here, and he has 2 and 2. So let's do the 2 and 2 first. They are in the woods. Well, it's a 1 to 3 plus 2 makes it a 1 to 5 to hit, minus 3, 1 to 2. Okay, so I need a 1 to 2 to hit these guys, and he gets a 2 and a 4, so I got 1. Okay, so that one comes off. Dismounted cavalry, and he gets 1 demoralized right here. Three. Yep. Okay. And he gets 2 firing at him. And it's the same thing. 1 to 2. He gets a 7 and a 6. No effect there, but he gets 5. So 5 dice. And it's going to be the same thing. A 1 to 2. He gets a 7, a 2, a 1, a 5, and a 7. That's 2. So he hits him twice. Oops. Made a mess of that. Okay, we'll set that out here. Get these 2 out here. That 2 becomes a 4. So he has 4 demoralized out of 7. So he still has active 3. Okay, now we're ready for combat. I think I'll creep that in just a little bit more for you. Okay, so let's start here while we're working over here. So we know he has 3 left because he has 7 and he's 4 demoralized. So he gets 3 dice. 1, 2, 3. And he's in the open. His morale is minus 1. So he's a 1 to 5 to hit, minus 1, 1 to 4 to hit. 10, 9, 9. Wow. Nothing. Oh, you know what? Only 2 of those could go there. One of them had to go here. Being they were both misses, it didn't matter. Okay, 1 die goes here. Here it's a 1 to 3. Minus 1 is 1 to 2. And he gets a 2. So he does hit on this one. Okay, this guy, strength is 3. Demoralized 1, so that's 2. He gets 2 dice. And his morale is minus 1. So he's firing. Oh, wait a minute before I go any farther. This guy fired, but the artillery should have done their barrage. He would have fired here with 4 dice. At range 2, that's minus 3. I got to catch this up because I don't want to go any farther and mess this up anymore. He gets to fire there before I ever return fire for sure. So this one's firing there. It's minus 3. That's a 1 to 2 to hit. 3, 5, 1, 3. The first one with artillery fire, bombardment, hits or demoralization. So in this case, he gets, come on, that 2 becomes a 3. So this unit is taking a pounding. Okay. This guy, he could have fired at any one of these 3. So I'm going to roll a die. 1, 2, 3 here, 4, 5, 6 here, 7, 8, 9 there. Okay, here we go. 10. Roll it again. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's firing over there. He has 4 dice. He needs a 1 to 5. Nope, I'm in the woods. I think with a bombardment it doesn't matter. Bombardment is 1 to 5 and it's a 2 hex range. It's -2. So it's a 1 to 3 and -1, 1 to 2. And he gets a 9, a 3, a 4, and a 4. Nothing. Whew. Okay. That's it for his bombardment. Now, we have this cavalry unit. Who's at 4? Who's at 3? 1. So he's got 2 dice. He's firing right here. He gets 1 to 3. -1 is 1 to 2. And he gets a 3 and a 7. Nothing. Okay. Now we're going to return fire. So here we are with 1 die. He's firing here. He gets 1 to 3 +2. 1 to 5. So 1 to 5. 3. He gets the hit. So he gets 1 hit here. And he couldn't split because he only had the 1. He gets 5 firing on this guy. He's a +2. So it's going to be 1 to 5, 1 to 3, and +2 is 1 to 5. 3, 4, 5 dice. Here we go. All right. 1 to 5. 3, 3, 7, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Woo! Hit them hard. They hit them hard there. Okay. 4 hits. All right. Now for this combat. He's a demoralized 1. And he's 3, so that makes him 2. He gets 2 dice. And he's firing 1 to 3. And his morale, oh, he's -3. So that makes him, he needs a 1 to hit. 2 dice. He gets a 9 and a 5. No hits. Now I get 8 dice here. He's firing there. It's a 1 to 2, but I'm +1. So 1 to 3. 6, 7, 8. 1 to 3. 5, 6, 6, 6, 3, 5, 2, 2. 3 hits. Okay. 3 hits on the cavalry unit. Dismounted cavalry with the Indians. All right. Okay, that's the end of that. Now we do our morale checks. I might as well start here with the Indians. They're a -3. So 1 to 8, they fail. 6. So they failed their morale check. In combat, first hit's a loss, then they're demoralized. So the hit marker comes off. The dismounted cavalry counter is going to come off because they're going to lose all this. So he goes down to 2, but because they're broken, they take this with them, so it's going to leave him at 3. So he's going to be 3, and they're off the board. Horses are off. Okay, that's off. All right, let's roll for this one. He is a -1, so a 1 to 6, he fails. 5, he failed. 4 hits, he's going to lose 1 unit. That's this one. And demoralize 3 more. So he already has 4 demoralized, so that's it. He shattered 2. So he'll come up here as a 6 units. That comes off. That comes off. And we have the advantage. I did not want to move up to here. Or did I? If he moves up, he gets to fight again. No, he's going to stay there. This guy can move up. Puts him up against that artillery, right against it. I think I'll wait. Okay. Now we're rolling here. His morale is -1, so it's a 1 to 6. 7, he passes. Okay. So he takes 1 demoralized. So he had 3. This becomes 2 demoralized. So his fighting strength is down to 1 now. Good for him. And now the Union troops. They're a +2. So a 1 to 3, they fail. He got a 9, he passed. He's going to take 1 demoralized, which makes him a 4, which shatters his. That unit shattered. We'll put him over there. Take the hit marker away. And the question is, does he want to advance? And I think because he's down to 1, he does not want to advance. It's not worth it to go down there and try to kill those guys. So they will not advance. And that is the end of the Confederate combat round. Okay, who's next? Now we have 2nd Division. So these are the guys, 2nd Division, these are the guys coming on the board. Okay, we have 2 units coming on the board. We have 2nd Division at 0921. 0921. Zoom this down here where you can see where I'm putting him at. And the other one is 0821. So they're there. Now the question is, where do I want them to go? I think the first thing we'll do is just start moving them up this way, and then I'll still have time to decide. He's a 9. Let's get him going first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He can move here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So the 2nd Division is coming up the road. Telegraph Road, that is. That's where they're at. All right, next up, McIntosh Brigade. McIntosh. That is here. Okay. So we're still back up here. This is the McIntosh Brigade. This is a cavalry unit. He's the only thing left out of the McIntosh Brigade, it looks like. What was this guy? McIntosh Brigade. Yeah, he's in trouble. I can move, he's cavalry, but I can't move him into a zone of control, so he's not going to move. I think he'll stay there, see if he can fight. Okay. So, Confederates are taking a pounding here. Next up is the independent brigades. Okay, they're over here with this bunch. All right. So he's going to move, he's dismounted. Two, 4, 7. And then next turn, he'll be able to remount because it takes 3 for him to remount. So I'll get him remounted, and that way he'll be ready to move. All right, so I have infantry, that's 3rd. I have cavalry, horse-mounted artillery. So the question is, where do you go with him, right? I think at this point, we don't move him at all. We just leave him sit because I don't want him to get up there and all of a sudden they get to move on me. So he's not going to move. So that's it for the independent brigades. All right, next up is 3rd Division. Okay, oops. 3rd Division is here. So they're coming up. Here we go. Now we're going to get some, see what we can do here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yep. So he can move 2, 4. Trying to figure out how to, I want to get after these guys a little bit, but let's see, he goes 3, 6, 9. It puts him right into those guys where I can put him here. 3, 6, 7.5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. There we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3 is 9. And then the artillery. Go 3, 4.5, 7.5. That right? He went 3. Yeah. No, that's 7.5 there. So maybe that's not the right move for him. 2, yeah. 2, 3, 5, 7. That way. Move him across that open ground. Makes it easier. All right. So I got 2 infantry and I got some artillery to help support him. All right. So that's the third division. Next up, 1st Division. All right, that's back over here. Here we go with the 1st Division. Now, we can put some pressure on these guys. That's what I'd like to do. He can come up. He can come up into there. Or I could put him up into there. It divides him by 3. That's the hard part. Or I could really put some pressure on these guys right here. Let's see. I got 3 units right here. One of them's artillery. I put him in here and him in here. Set my artillery. Take a lot of chances. I really want to go here. What's he down to? He's down to a 4. Oh, I got to put my move markers on those guys too. 3, before. I'm going to do it this way. And then these guys are moving up 3, 6 like that. Okay, I got to get move markers on all these guys before I forget. I'm going to put this one down here. I'm marking the guys over by the tavern first, just because I don't want to forget them. And now we have him there, and this one here. Okay. And combat. So here we go. It's time for our combat. Yes, yes it is. All right, first thing are the moving troops. So we'll start up here where I already have the camera. Right over here. Oops. All right. So he has 4 and he has to split his fire between them. So they are 1 to 3, 0, and -2. He has to have a 1. He gets 2 dice and he has to have a 1 to hit them. He gets a 7 and an 8. Okay, so that one's over. And here he gets 1 firing at them. They're in the open, but he's -1. So 1 to 5, -4. He needs a 1. He gets 1 die and he needs a 1, and he got a 1. Okay, so they're going to take a DM right here. So he goes from 2 to 3. 2 comes off, 3 goes on. So, hoping he wouldn't hit me, but he did. And this one, oh, you know what? Yeah, it didn't matter. 1's a 1, that's what they had to have, because they are cavalry versus infantry. They're a -1 also. Here, he has 2 dice, and he is firing. He is in the open 1 to 5. -3 is 1 to 2, -2. He has to have a 1. 2 dice. He gets a 5 and a 9. Okay, no hit. All right, now we shift over here. And this unit has a strength of 5. So he gets 2 dice and 3 dice. So we'll roll 1 to 5, 3 dice to the left. It's a 5. So he's going to take his 3 dice and he's firing here. It's 1 to 3. Well, he's got to have a 1 to hit. With -2, -5, he has to have a 1 to hit. He gets a 2, a 9, and a 7. So he didn't affect these guys at all. And he gets 2 dice here. And it's the same thing. He has to have a 1. 9 and a 6. So no effect. Okay. So they came through that. Now, here we go. So we're starting with our artillery barrage. I'm doing it right this time. Range is 2. He has 4 dice. He needs a 1 to 5, +1, 1 to 6, minus, range is 2, -3. So it's a 1 to 3 to hit. He gets a 6, a 4, an 8, and a 7. So no effect. Now, over here, I have artillery barrages. I can fire all of them. This one, he can fire. He's going to fire at that artillery. Range is 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. I think I'll fire straight ahead. 1, 2, 3 onto those guys. 1 to 5. At range 3 is -4, so it's a 1. And he is a +1. So I need a 1 to 2. You get a 7, a 7, a 4, and a 6. No effect. Okay. Now I have this artillery. He is firing at this cavalry unit right here. Let's see if I can break them. It's a 1 to 5. Range is 2. It's -3. 1 to 2. He's a +1. 1 to 3. 4, 9, 1, 1. So I got 2 demoralized, which shatters that cavalry unit. Okay, so they couldn't take the artillery barrage being fired at them. All right, now we go to combat. Here, I have 6 -3, I have 3. So I'm going to have 2 dice and 1 dice I have to split. So I'm going to use the 2 dice at the cavalry. So it's a 1 to 3, he's in the woods. Infantry versus cavalry is +2. So I'm back to 1 to 5. And his morale is 0. So 1 to 5 with 2 dice. 1 to 5. 6 and a 2. I scored 1 hit. There. Okay. He's got 1 dice. He's firing there. He's in the open. It's 1 to 5. 1 to 5. 3. 1 hit. Okay. Now I have 8 dice firing here. And it is 1 to 5. And they're +1. 1 to 6. 1 to 6 to hit. 10, I got a 2, a 9, a 2, a 3, an 8, a 6, and a 2. 5 hits. Wow. Man, those guys are tearing them up. Oh, that makes that a 6 now. So we'll take that off of there. We'll change this to a 6. Okay. Now they're firing back. They have 4. Oops. They have 4. It's a 1 to 3 and -2. They need a 1 to hit. 2, 9, 7, 7. Nothing. He has 2. He's firing. He is cavalry versus infantry. -1. He's in the open, so it makes it a 1 to 4, and his morale is -2. 1 to 2. 1 to 2. He gets 2 dice. 10 and a 4, no effect. That completes that combat. Now we swing over, and here we go. I've got 6, 2, 4, 6, and it's 1 to 3 to hit. No modifiers, no other modifiers. 1 to 3. A 2, a 5, a 0, a 10, a 7, an 8, and a 1. 2 hits. So he scores 2 hits. And he's firing, same thing, 1 to 3 to hit. 6 dice. And he gets 10, a 1, a 2, 10, 8, 6. 2 more hits. We went from 2 hits to 4 hits. Okay, and he has 5, oops, that he's firing with. And we're going to roll a 1 to 5. He puts 3 on the left hand. It's a 6. So he's going to put 3 over here on Pattison. So we'll do that one first. He is 1 to 3 -2. He needs a 1 to hit. 8, 9, and a 1. He gets 1 hit. And now he gets 2 dice. And it's the same thing. He needs a 1 to hit. He gets a 7 and a 7. Okay. That's it. That's the end of the combat. Now we do the morale. So we'll start here. Union morale, I need a 1 to 5 to pass. No, 1 to 5 is fail. 8, he passed. So he takes 1 demoralized. So he goes from, he gets a 1 here. His strength is now 5. Now he's doing his. His is a 1 to, he's a -2, so 1 to 7 he fails. 8, he passed. So he takes 4 demoralized off of 5. Okay. So he's in rough shape there. He's only got a strength of 1 left. And they do not retreat because they passed them around. So they're going to fight another round. Alright, we got to come up here. The Union did not take any hits up here, so we only roll for the 2 Confederates. So we'll start with this one. His is going to be a 1 to 7, he fails. And it's a 4. He failed, so he takes 1 loss. So his strength point's going to be 3, and then the rest of him shatters, and he comes off the board. And because of that, he is going to move up, and it's going to set up a combat right there as he's coming into the combat zone. Okay, here he needs a 1 to 7, he fails. 2, he failed. So the first hit is an actual hit. So he goes down to 1 right here, and they retreat. 1, 2. So they retreated out of there. He can advance if he wants to. But he's at 3, and I think he'll stay right there right now. I think I want to get too greedy here because I got a battle shaping up on this road right here. Okay, so second round of battles. We'll go ahead and do this one. So I'm firing, I get 8. He is in the forest. Means it's a 1 to 2 to hit him. I'm +1. So 1 to 3. 7, 5, 4, 9, 5, 8, 2, 3. 2 hits. So we scored 2 hits on him. He gets 7 dice. I'm in the open. The Union's in the open. He gets 7 dice. He needs a 1 to 3 to hit because he's -2. He gets an 8, a 5. There's a 1, a 7, 7, 5, 6. He got 1 hit. Okay. So 1 hit on me. Very interesting. Okay. Now, over here. Okay. Over here, I have a strength of 6 and a strength of 5. So they're firing. Let's start with the 6. It's a 1 to 3 to hit. 8, 7, 9, 10, 3, 2. 2 hits. So 2 hits there. And here's a 5. So we'll take one of these out. It's the same thing, 1 to 3. 1, 10, 5, 9, 4. 1 more hit. So he went from 2 hits to 3 hits. Okay. And he has 5. What's his demoralize at? 4. So he's a, oops. He's a strength of 1. All right, come on. So he's a strength of 1. He's firing 1 to 5 at the left. No, he's firing over here. He needs a... Forgot to put the counter back on there. He needs a 1 to hit because he's a -2. And he gets a 2. Whew. Just missed. Okay, so now we do our morale check. 1 to 7, he fails. He got a 4, he failed. So he takes a hit. That drops him to 4. And then that demoralizes him. So he comes off the board now. He comes off. And they will not advance at this point. They're going to wait. Okay. Now up here, we have the Confederate. He's a 1 to 5, -2, it's 1 to 7, he fails. He got a 2, he failed his morale check. He takes 1 hit, makes him a 6, and 1 demoralized. 1 demoralized. And he has to retreat because he failed his morale check. So 1, 2, he retreats into the forest. All right, now I got to roll from the Union morale check. He's a 1 to 4, he fails. 10, he passed. So he takes 1 demoralized. And he will not follow. He's going to stay right there. Okay. That's the end of the combat. Now let's see what we got. Here we go with the Missouri State Guard. That's these guys up here. They're trying to hold on to the tavern. I think I'm just going to leave them just like they are. I don't see any reason to move them right now. Now we have the 4th Division. All right. So the 4th Division is over here. So we're going to strengthen our line by moving the cavalry unit up to here. He, I think, is going to push out here. What's he got? 2 demoralized out of 5, so he's still a strength of 3. He can move the artillery up to here. We're going to push him up right here and see if we can hammer these guys some more. Okay. And that means these 2 guys are moving. He moved. And he moved. Okay. And there's 1 unit left. And it is the Bear. Come on, focus up. There we go. Bear Brigade. That is over here. So now it's getting tough because you got to fight right here. But that's what these guys are here for. He's moving up to here. He gets a movement marker put on him. He's going to engage those guys. He can move again. 4. He's going to move up here. 4, 8. And he's going to move that's 3. And that's 7. He moves into there too. So now we're going to have some action over here. Let's see what these guys can do. All right. Very interesting. Okay. That concludes our number that's the 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. turn number 5. That's the, so 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Things are shaping up. The we'll zoom out here. Oops, zoom out, not in. We have the reinforcements coming up here, the last of them. We have this battle where the Confederates are kind of taking a pounding, getting pushed back on one side, but over here, this group is finally starting to hit. And we'll see what happens now. And that's kind of what I'm trying to see where I need to send these guys, if they need to get up there or come over here, but it's starting to look like they may have to come over. And I'll tell you what, where's my Macintosh bunch? Right here. These guys should have moved. I did not move them over here when we moved Macintosh around. I only did the one guys. They all would have moved. 3, 6, 9, 12. So they're coming in to reinforce these guys right here. The Confederates need to hang on to that tavern, or they're going to lose by a decisive victory if they don't. Because I don't think they're going to be able to get down here and capture any of these guys. So they definitely have to hang on to these guys now. So things are getting interesting over here. Now I'm thinking, I don't know, where do I need to send my troops to now? Because these guys got good strength still. You know, can they push against that cavalry units now and dislodge them? They still got this artillery unit over here to mess with too. So yeah, this is interesting. I like this game. It's easy to play. It's entertaining. It's a lot of strategy, and you kind of got to think for both sides. What's the best you're going to do? And try to survive with both of them and yet inflict. And I think that's what I got going on here. I did some damage over here, but they're bouncing right back into us, and that's gonna be tough over there. So, okay, that concludes today's playthrough. I hope, if you're new, you'll please subscribe. And I hope if you like this, you give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you guys at the next video. Have a good one.